Welcome back to On Point, big weekend edition. James, are pretty much all big weekends now from here on out, but certainly the big cap, cherry on top of what should be a great Derby prep weekend as well, Tampa Bay Derby, San Felipe, and I expect to learn a little bit more about this crop with those two races.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the San Felipe couldn't be more eagerly anticipated from, my perspective. Really looking forward to seeing Mastery come back, and then, even Gormley and Iliad. Iliad's never been two terms. Gormley had run since January 7th. So, this is a really big test for both of them as well as Mastery.
Yeah, Mastery to me is really interesting. He hasn't raced in 13 weeks, but the hook for me with him is in that time, he's become the Derby favorite without even running, and actually he's the co-favorite with McCraken and Classic Empire on the Win Future book. But I have a feeling if they did the parimutuel pool before this race, say, he would be the favorite, and certainly after the race, if he were to win, he will be the favorite. So he hasn't run, but we've seen Classic Empire lose and have a training setback. We've seen McCraken have a training setback, and we've seen Irish Warcry not run well in the Fountain of Youth. So if Mastery comes out guns blazing here, he's the favorite.
Yeah, I think in Mastery's corner, his advantage is he appears to be training great. He's got a real swift 6 furlong work. He's worked 7 furlongs. Baffert appears to be putting these good stiff works in him, and he's galloping out after the wire, as according to multiple reports I've seen. The big question though a little bit is that while he looked great winning the Los Alamitos Futurity, he really beat a bad bunch in there. The runner-up IRAP is still a maiden, just got beat at Sunland Park, and his speed ratings are solid, eligible to keep improving, but he's got to do that. So it's a big question too a little bit in the race, San Felipe, because all three horses really have some speed.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how the early stages take place.
Yeah, no question. And we'll be joined Derby week by Gary Young again, and he's told me that Mastery is his Derby horse right now. So you mentioned the morning stuff. He's certainly impressed. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go to an angle that I used last week when I talked about Gunnevera. To me, I'm not sure if the Derby is in Iliad's wheelhouse. I have a lot of respect for his talent, though. I look at this race, a mile and a 16th, and a little added mustard where Kaleem Shah could beat his former trainer, Iliad over Mastery. I just think this race, with him stretching out to a mile and a 16th, even if they go hot up front, he's the one I would most expect to carry his speed, especially having that San Vicente under his belt, whereas Mastery, I don't want to say might need one. I mean, he won his career debut. He can clearly fire. But playing the odds, I'm leaning toward Iliad.
And post positions could be key as well. Mastery's drawn inside both those rivals. I mean, Iliad's outside with Gormley in between. So you would think Iliad could really sit a perfect trip right off of them, to the outside, biding his time, which is sort of, the way he won the San Felipe and his maiden win. He sat second. So he'll be up close, but he doesn't have to be in front.
Yep, and Gormley will help us get a gauge on American Anthem, who runs next week in the Rebel. Obviously, we'll talk about that next week. And we'll quickly shift our focus to the Tampa Bay Derby. Lost a little bit of luster with McCraken, but got a deep field. I know you and I both have some respect for Beasley. And the longer I looked at the race, the more intrigued I am by State of Honor, who I picked fact-finding in the Sam F. Davis. State of Honor put him away, and I thought ran on okay to be third. Maybe in here they let him go, and he surprises some people. If he's 5 or 6 to 1, I'd probably take a shot with him. But I think Beasley's going the right way too. And I'm against Tappert and Wild Shot. I just think they're going to be overbet off that Davis.
Really a big race for Tappert. I mean, he could really establish himself, enhance his profile, having run a big second in that Sam Davis. I like Beasley as well. I think he's moving forward for Hennig, Shackelford, that's got that quiet American on the bottom side. I know you like being a fan of Real Quiet. And the State of Honor is intriguing because he was first-time Lasix, first-time blinkers last time. He took a big step forward, I thought, in that Sam F. Davis being third. So, you can make a case that he's got another move forward.
All right, we'll get us out of here on this. Who beats more horses, Master of Zion or Bluegrass Envy?
Oh, Bluegrass Envy, has at least a chance to beat, maybe that Turf Horse or somebody in there.
So Master of Zion last for sure.
Master of Zion, what a terrible placement, maiden claimer.
the thing that always, it's parimutuel. Mm-hmm. He'll be with it's a big day at Tampa. They'll have
Right.
10 or 15,000 on track.
He might drift
He'll
up late, but early
He'll
on.
actually be 60 or 70 to 1, and he should be 2,000 to 1.
Yeah, exactly. And I've seen it before where these impossible long shots are actually 25 or 35. They wind
Sure.
up 60 or 70, but people are just betting numbers early
And,
on.
I felt that, like, Mind That Bird, I thought should have been 200 to 1. He was
Mhm.
50 and won the Derby. I mean, long shots win. This horse, if he wins, something happened.
Oh, yeah,
It's-
greatest upset ever, potentially, in a Derby prep.
All right, well, that's enough on that. That's probably why they're in the race. They want us to talk about it. Couldn't ignore it, though. But real quick, top picks again.
Beasley and Iliad.
And I'll agree with Iliad, but go with State of Honor and the Tampa Bay Derby. Can't agree with you on both. So we'll wrap it up next week, talk about the Rebel. Join us then.